Alright, so we should have a decent focus here. Decent, probably not perfect, but decent. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ground wire, and that's going to get hooked up right here. And in this particular setup, I'm not using spade terminals. They're not a bad idea, but the issue with spade terminals is if they're not crimped just perfectly, it's pretty easy for the wire to actually mechanically slip out. I'm really not a fan of just straight mechanical connections. So then I know that this one here, because I just unfolded the other one, is my neutral. I'm going to go ahead and put that in here like that. And I'll double fold this guy just so it won't stick out quite so far. I'm going to slide this all the way in there up on the side. I'll make sure it's good and tight. Again, always making sure everything is very, very nice and tight. Last thing we want in any box or in any control or wiring situation is for a wire to slip off. So now I have my normally closed, normally open emergency stop switch. I'm going to be taking this and taking one of the normally closed sections and just to, if you didn't watch the other video on the estop switches, the normally closed is when you actually rotated the button out and it's not in the stop position. The normally closed position will have continuity, so that when we push the button in, it kills power. And this particular unit is rated at 600 volts, 10 amps, which will be plenty for our purposes here. Alright, so we're opening this. We're opening this. We're going to go ahead and stick in one side. Again, I'm going to, since I got a little bit extra wire here, I could either trim that off, but I'm going to fold it over in this case. I'm just going to slip it up in here and tighten this down. And I'm going to go ahead and take a jumper wire here. I'm going to put this guy right in there. Go ahead and tighten it down good. Maybe. This is just a little extra shank of wire. Obviously you'll need slightly longer wires. Now for this situation it's not imperative, mainly due to I'm only hooking up one guy here. But in most CNC control situations, or I guess most of them that I'd actually deal with, you would be hooking up multiple power supplies to the same estop switch. Now there's a couple ways you can go about doing that. You could either use a relay unit, electromechanical relay unit, or some type of jumper type of unit, and that's what I plan on doing here. So what I would do is take this guy in here, and I would take another piece of short wire, again rated to the voltage and current that you'll be using, and this is probably neither. Go ahead and do a little quick splice here, quick cut off. Now this is just El Cheapo. I have a nice old auto splicer around here somewhere. Oh, hey, right there. this is like the cat's meow. Let me tell you what. Just for reference, in case anybody out there hasn't seen these auto splicers at work, take your wire, slip it in the right size slot, and squeeze. That's it. That be it. I'm gonna trim this a little bit. Got both sides. I'm gonna take this guy because this is a demonstration, and I'll show you the screw terminal that I would actually suggest using in place of this white terminal strip connector for this application anyway. Go ahead and put this in there. Give it a good tight. Good and tight. Alright, good. Now if I had more than one supply hookup here, I would actually take this and make another jumper and go over to that third leg. But this is it for this guy, so we're just going to do this like that. Good to go. Alright, so now I need another piece of wire. Great. Alright, no big deal. I got wire up the wazoo sitting here. Alright, go ahead and cut that guy. Take my auto strippers. Go ahead and pop through. And then now on either one of these, I'll still have that same output when the E-switch is in the active position. Alright, so that's that. Got that good and tight. Look over my connections, everything looks good. Again, I'm dealing with 120 volts here, so it is best to err on the side of caution. I'm going to go ahead and take my cheesy electrical tape, tear me a piece off, and I'm going to wrap up my terminals here because I don't want to accidentally grab it and get fried. And I'll explain what we'll do with the other side, the normally open side later. Alright, so there we go. All ready to go. That is off in the dead position. Go ahead and plug it in. Smoke test. Hey, no smoke. Go ahead and release it. Hey, and look at that, we have power on. So, that's that. Quick, easy. It'll take it a second for the capacitor to discharge, but as you see the light going out, dimming, so the e-stop is working, and that will shut off your motors, drives, pretty much everything, anything or everything you have tied into this 120 volts. Alright, so now as I said I would go ahead and show you the other option for the terminal. Which seems nicer than what most people seem to want to do. So yeah. So that is what I'm referring to by the other style terminal connector. And I also have one right here, and these can be picked up from Radio Shack. And you can also pick up them jumpers, connectors from Radio Shack, so that you can connect more than one section together. And in this particular configuration, I have grounds and neutrals and then the lines all run up into the actual rail blocks up in there, the DIN rail blocks. And then the lines also then go up to, the neutrals then also go up to that guy right there, and the grounds all go to a post that's back there with multiple screws and nuts and stuff. So on this particular setup, pretty much everything is wired into the estop. So of course my 12-volt power supplies are going to be finicky now. Yep. That's just the way it goes. Alright, so everything is on. 12-volt power supplies, this, that, and the other. I mean, everything is pretty much on. Go ahead and I could hit the stop button here, or the e-stop button, and the reason for that is the e-stop button obviously won't do a trigger, and this is a momentary on, and the stop just disconnects it. So that another e-stop button will be wired in right here, and by hitting that e-stop, it e-stops everything. And by hitting that e-stop, it also then, you can see the Allen Bradley PLC has that one triggered right there, and that will eventually get output to a flashing emergency style light. So yeah, that's the full 120 volt connection for power supplies. And again, as you can see, we have multiple power supplies here. 48 volts, 24 volts, and 12 volts. All right. Have a good day.